Total War for Youth Part 3 of our Erebor campaign in the Dawnless Days Total War. Last episode, our brutal legendary king Dain, Ironfoot, took Gundabad after a spectacular battle, and we are now in a pretty strong position with 6 regions. Pushing further into Misty Mountains, Gundabad are down to 2, but right behind them there are goblins, and goblins are insanely strong, just look at this. Strength rank 4 with only 6 settlements. Our friends, elves and Anduin Vale are not doing that great, although Dale is growing massively as is usually the case. However, they have a mighty enemy in Empire of Rune. Look at these guys, 20 settlements. They wiped out all the small factions here, and they absolutely hate us. Minus 104 relationships, huh? We don't really have any defenses here, just a crappy garrison, but we're going to hope that Dale will keep them busy for long enough for us to consolidate before the inevitable war breaks out. For now, we have an opportunity here. Torre Himuil is within a striking distance. We can do it with Dain this turn, or we can wait and replenish. The question is, how strong are they here? I'm going to send our brutal elder Floy to have a look. Going to lose a little bit of money on upkeep production, but if we do attack, he will be able to rejoin the army. Oh, it's costing us 1,000 gold. Absolutely unbelievable. Our income went down from 22 to 1,200. He's providing so much upkeep production. Okay, what's the garrison? 8 crappy units. No need to worry about them. And no land army inside. Excellent. No, they can't. Move here and have a look. We can't see a thing here, and it's a rough terrain. There are no roads here, so we should be fine. Dain, press on. Yeah, show them your axe. Excellent. We have 200 soldiers more, and we have better quality, so we should win this handily. But if we out-resolve, we're going to lose 3, 4, maybe 500. Absolutely unacceptable. Dwarves are few and they replenish slowly, so going to encircle for now. Bifur, huh? We can bring Bifur here. How likely are we to be... This is edge of the map, yeah? There's nothing there. We can't even go there. No. The only direction we can be attacked from is here, and they won't be able to sneak past us. So we can absolutely bring Bifur in to reinforce this attack. And that's what we're going to do. Press on! This way! In fact, you should end your movement the farthest west you can, so you're closer to Mount Gram. So come here. Let's get moving. Attack! Now balance of power looks much better. Balanced. Absolutely crushed. Boy, we lost 400 dwarfs. That was unnecessarily cruel. Now we're going to take a long time to replenish. Man. Should have not auto-resolved this. Well, it's too late now. We are going to occupy it. Of course we will. 4% replenishment is not enough to cover the losses, but it's better than nothing. And Floyd joined back to Dain's army. Okay, now. We have a bunch of buildings we want to repurpose here, and a bunch of buildings we want to fix here. Start with fixing them. This we can make into workshop, huh? And then into... nothing good. We really need the food here. Working fields. What is this? I need to fix it, yeah? Repair this, scrap scout tower, and repair this. And now the big question. Where do we put Thorin in charge? We have a bunch of buildings to repurpose here. A bunch of buildings to repurpose here next turn, but we also have a bunch of buildings you can start upgrading in Ered Mithrin. Maybe you put him in Ered Mithrin this turn, then put him into Angmar Mountains next turn, so he can do this all in one go. His 20% construction cost reduction is absolutely massive. Wait, we don't even have a discount edict applied here. Man, that's unfortunate. Okay, definitely need a discount edict here. Oh, we have one here. Okay, then it's decided. He goes into Angmar Mountain. Our son turned human. What is this? Our brutal dwarf Thorin Stoneham III turned human. Come on! Master of Treasures. Maybe that's what's happened. He got so rich that he just made himself taller. Son, not only you defrauded us, but you also spent our stash on just extending your height. What a crap. Anyway, you're going to take over Angmar Mountains. Tori out, Thorin in, and... Oh, he turned back to being a dwarf. Beautiful. Now we're talking, son. Now we're talking. Okay, let's repurpose this stuff. Wait, does this even work? 2200, huh? That's expensive. And this is 1100. That's not too bad. Anyway, we don't really have a choice. Just repurpose this. Here we want most food we can get, which is Mushroom Farm. Levin Camp, huh? Do we scrap it? It doesn't work here, yeah? We've built that recruitment recruitment complex will be ready next turn. We can't see those newly unlocked units anywhere on the building browser. Unless they are hidden and only appear once we actually have the relevant level of it. I'm not going to risk it and build all the way up just to be disappointed. We are already taking that gamble here in Ered Mithrin. So we're just going to scrap this and repurpose this. Yeah? Looking good, looking good. We keep him here for next turn, and we start building something else here and start upgrades on all these buildings. Beautiful. Okay, now we are looking at Brutal Rebellion in Ered Mithrin. Not much we can do about it. We have a small garrison in Drovelik that should hold. It's 5 units after all, and we have a double elite general and the governor in Dain's halls. Plus we have walls here, so arrow towers will work to our advantage. But in case we do fall in Odrovelik, we want Gimli here. So press on, forward. Now we no longer need the spy. Well, we do need the spy here, but we need it here even more because this province is going to rebel anyway, and Angmar Mountains we might be able to stabilize. So you are going to press on. There's no point keeping him here for control if you are looking at rebellion anyway. The crappy halberds got absolutely wrecked here. I'm going to merge these guys. I don't... they are not good. They are just not good. Even in Oterzov they get crushed. Just merge this junk. Erebor Axe Warriors, tier 3 unit, but it's going to take 6 turns to replenish. It's not like we have a well, we could disband them, but we won't be able to get anything better for a really long time. So we're going to keep all of our dwarves. No time to rest yet. You need to take Mount Gram before you can get some rest, guys. Ah, we've not had a need it here. Just redo this. Yeah, and move on. Dol Guldur, they are out of the mines. Out. Hostile incursion. A little bit unfortunate development. We totally ignored this guy. And he's approaching Gundabad with a general and a couple of crappy leftovers. What do we have in here? Absolutely nothing, right? Well, we have 100 Iron Guards soldiers. We can probably defend from him with just a garrison guy, yeah? Well, this is our son, in fact. So, 140 very heavy spear infantries. We have 100. They also have 120 other guys, archers. Well, they need to besiege, yeah? This is a walled city. By the time they get any siege engines, will be ready to crush them. Let them besiege. We're not too worried. Spy, get in here. Alright, since Mount Gram is basically undefended, going to take it, of course, with Dain. Who else? Going to approach slowly and fortify so we get some replenishment. But we'll be within striking distance, yeah? Perhaps we should also trade units with Bifur. I think that's what we're gonna do. All the depleted folks go to Bifur. And Dain now has only healthy units. Excellent. He can't quite get there this turn, but he can certainly approach slowly and fortify. Gundabad running out of options, huh? Now, of course, we are losing control badly here. It's going to backfire. But that's all good. Going to move Bifur half the way and hide in ambush stance. We'll need something here to stop the rebellion. Once we take Mount Gram, it's 1 in 3 that it will spawn here. And it's going to be in 2 turns, so we actually can't use him to defend. What can we hire here? Nothing. Can we stop a 4 stack of rebels with just a general? Probably the answer to that is yes. I think we can. Deploy for extra control. It's going to make a little bit of a difference, maybe not enough to stop it. And now we have this brutal rebellion next to Dain's halls, but it's only a 4 stack. Do we care? We could clear them, or we can let them grow a little bit. Or maybe we can attack them, trim them and let them recruit, but also get experience. I like that the most. So, Brutal Gimli, come here. And Ancient Gloin, wipe them out. Yeah, running away. Not far enough though. Attack! 600 of them, 700 of our guys, and we are so disadvantaged? Well, we are advantaged, but if we would resolve this, we're going to get absolutely wrecked. These units are utter crap. There's no way we're taking... By the looks of it, we're looking at 30-40% losses. We need to fight this. Okay, press on. Let's speed this up. Where are reinforcements? Over here, good. Perfect. Combine. Okay, why this crappy unit is shaken? We've not even started fighting. Everyone else is eager. What is this? The crappy Northman scouts will break at the first sign of trouble. Okay. This guy has... this scavenger's crossbow. What is this? Where did they get crossbows from? Okay, a little bit of a change of plans. We're not going to approach them like this. We're going to go through the forest. Look how far these guys fallen. Their general is crappy warg rider. Okay, we are just going to crack on. We have a spear infantry here, perfect to attack wargs. Pretty sure they count as cavalry. And the other guys just go to flanks. Yeah, that's all good, don't you worry. They're pulling away, okay. One spear attacks these guys. The other spear attacks these guys.
They are trying to take out our general.
Cavalry attack crossbows. You, buddy, attack these guys, and you attack crossbows. Okay, everyone just attack these guys. Cavalry needs to go around, yeah? This is a pretty bad idea to be going like this. You guys pile on and attack this from a flank. These crossbows are getting into melee range, excellent. And attack crossbows. Press on. This should be a slaughter here. We have spears against wolves. This can only end one way. No, you chop these guys down. Don't disengage. Okay, charge into crossbows, excellent. There's 220 of them. Why are you disengaging? What is this? Guys, go back and fight. You come here. How are you doing? Combat even against crappy crossbows, not so good. You get behind this guy and you'll recharge him. How are you doing here? Combat even. Killed 5 works on me. Okay. Come here and you'll brutally recharge them. Yeah? They are already shaken, wavering. Excellent. Press on. Now is the time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Absolutely crushed between 2 brutal dwarven units. In fact, 3. Yeah, how about some fighting? These guys fall apart. Beautiful. Everyone pile on the crossbows. Once they break, we crush the other work and it's over. We are going to let them run away. So we might get a follow-up. Send this guy there to support him. Although he seems to be doing... Yeah, winning decisively now. Beautiful. These guys will disengage very, very soon. You come here, flank them, and recharge. Scavenger... Yeah, crossbows crushed. Excellent. Still winning decisively here. These guys are down to 30. Excellent. These guys are coming back. They don't exactly look strong. Going to send cavalry to help crush these wargs. Although they'll probably just run away. Yeah, this shattered, excellent, and this shattered, excellent. Just gonna end battle. We are looking for a follow-up, yeah? Let them live. 46 lost. That's way better than what auto-resolve would cost us. Yeah, go for replenishment. Yes, they survived. Excellent. Also, they shouldn't because they already retreated. But whatever. We are going to be... We will take it. Right, so Brutal Gloin is already 6 command general. Excellent. Going to give him Expeditioner. And do we have enough to chase them and finish them off? We do. Do we want to? We can't reinforce the city. You can get within reinforcement range, but then we'll be fighting leftovers plus 4 more units against the guy and the garrison. Do we mind that? He also can't get to Dain's house. I'm really tempted to let them live for another turn because it's worth 20 control. So that's what we're gonna do. Are we actually reinforcing the city if we stay here? We are not. He's cutting us off from the city. We need to destroy him. It's too risky. Gimli, you're going to do the honors, yeah? Attack. And finish them off. Rebels crushed. Excellent. 2% replenishment. I'll take it. Expeditioner. How is control looking now? Going down by 3. Not perfect. But we can end movement in Odrovelik. Provide a little bit of a boost. And do we actually need Gloin on the campaign map now? Get to Dain's house. See what's the... Okay, you're providing 1 control at the cost of 375 gold. I don't think so. Time to go, buddy. Rest a little bit, we might recall you at some future point. Okay, gonna park Gimli here for a little bit. Okay, we're building and repurposing a bunch of stuff here, that is excellent. Now, as we've already started all the buildings, there'll be nothing here other than tier 1 building in Torhimuil. So it's time to kick Thorin out of here. Nori back in. And let's apply Control Edict. Let's try to stabilize it. It's probably not gonna work, but we'll see. And we want construction cost reduction, public works in Eder Mithrin, because we'll be upgrading all these buildings next turn once we put Thorin in charge here. This is how to get the best of both worlds. Going to grab a general here, someone free like Dori. Yeah, Iron Guards, bodyguards are the best. Can you pass him a couple of units and still be in range to support Gundabad? I think you can. How many do we need to stop rebellion? There will be 4 rebels. If they spawn here, there will be 4 rebels because we're going to take Mount Gram. This will push us over the edge. In 2 turns we're looking at rebellion. You know what? We can even do the fall. We don't need to move the old guy. Okay, just forget about it. Just give him a couple of units. We're still getting replenishment. We have elite general, so maybe an archer and 1 dwarven warrior. That should be plenty. And now get back as close as you can to Gundabad. This way we both cover Torre Himuil, and we have a small army that, along with the garrison of Gundabad, or rather the governor of this province, should be enough to beat the final stack of these crappy guys. Perfect. Now we can move on. Oh, they are no longer besieging. Interesting. Okay, as they are, they can't really attack Torre Himuil. There's no way, yeah? They would need to go all the way around the mountains. So we can just park Bifur in Gundabad, and that's it for this last stack. They can't really do much. Excellent. Get in here. Let's get moving. Now, Dain, you're going to take Mount Gram, therefore uniting this beautiful province under our rightful banner. As it should be. Reclamation stage 1 completed. Gundabad pretty much wiped out. Beautiful. Now, Spy. Move here. There's no point deploying him for control as we are looking at rebellion anyway. Okay, Forathrone is empty. There's no army here and a crappy garrison. But by the looks of it, we can't actually get there. The only way to get there is all the way around. Okay, so it's nicely stashed away on that side of the mountains. We need to take Moria first, Goblin Town, their capital, before we can get this. Interesting. Okay, that's all good. We have 3 brutal armies in each of the cities here, so if rebellion happens, we are more than ready. Now, the brutal king, going to give you merchant for ammunition for these brutal crossbows. And let's fix this place. Dismantle this, and we want food importer, right? Or do we want some culture? Can actually build food importer, and can repurpose cells into food importer, I think. So going to fix it. Treated soil will become 1 food building, and it's only 14. This is only 30. It's pathetic. No point building goats here. Just going to build boars. This is infertile province. In fact, since this is infertile, we shouldn't be building boar breeder here. Goat breeder. We should just be building boars, which is what we're doing. Perfect. Okay, time to get some culture going here. So why don't we build... but workshop is making us a ton of money. Well, 320 gold and 20 tradable resources. It's a pretty decent building. How is our culture here anyway? Going up by 2%. That is not spectacular. Only 6 culture. 43 power of shadow. That's pretty ugly. Going to build... we need some culture. Going to build 1 culture building. And that's going to be obviously monument, which we upgrade to burial chambers for +4 control later on. But +8 influence right off the bat is going to be massive. Now over here we want to upgrade everything. Well, not really everything because we need more food for that. But let's get these 2. Move Gimli over to Dain's halls. Yeah, and we just wait to see what that leftover of a Gundabad stack does. Let's move on. Yeah, we got rebellion in Gundabad. Oh, they besieged again. Interesting. Construct gem mines. 1500 gold. We are about to complete gem mines very, very soon. Okay, they got 2 extra units and they are now besieging us. What are the odds if we attack them? Odds must be good since they ran away. Okay, what do we do with these rebels? I think we'll cultivate them. Cultivate them until they are maybe at 12 stack, then wipe them out. It's a free public order after all.
They can't hide from a dwarf.
No, they can't. They absolutely can't. Let's crush them. No, it's not gonna be so easy. We need to pull back because this is going to be absolutely brutal. We can't catch them. They have 4 archers. They'll be... we have a little bit of cover. Maybe we could catch them, actually. Equally much numbers-wise. Okay, if we just chase them, yeah? They'll be running away with these 4 archers, maybe getting a volley out every now and then. But then, 1 unit at a time, we can pin them with cavalry and let the other guys catch up and destroy them. We should be fine. Let's do it. Or better yet, since you have Iron Guard, we can stick it up front Let them use all the ammo. Why not? Let's do just that. Press on. There we go, defensive testudo. Let's see how we fare. 85% block chance and then 65 armor to chew through. They're shooting up front, so they're definitely hitting shields. Not a single dwarf lost yet. We started at 83 and they used maybe half of ammunition on these small guys and maybe a third on these. It's not looking bad. Okay, we lost 4 dwarfs now. Losses are accelerating, but they are almost out of ammo on these 3 guys. Gonna bring the other guys slightly closer. 10 dwarfs lost, but these 2 archers are pretty much out of ammo, so is this one. It's only this one shooting. This is a very good trade-off, because these guys are useless in melee, just look at them. What are they supposed to do? Well, some knives and some armor. Unlike these guys, they have none. No shields, no helmets, no proper melee weapon. How are we looking? Still 73 of our guys holding. Perfect, we ran 4 units of archers out of ammo at the cost of 10 dwarves. Might lose another 1 or 2 before these guys run out, but that's all good. Then we just engage their general with some fresh unit, flank them with Erebor axes and crush him. And the lighter units will just catch and destroy the archers. Yeah, lost another 2 dwarves, that's not a big deal. It's all good. 85% block chance means they are... First of all, they are shooting from maximum distance, so plenty of arrows are, as you can see, going long or short. And what hits us needs to go through the brutal block chance. Okay, let's press on, slow it down. Tag this guy with calf, and you guys come here. They're just bracing for impact, interesting. They're piling on with archers. How is this crappy cavalry going to fare? Not lost a single guy, that's good. All of you attack here, and you guys are going to approach their general. The cavalry lost 2 horsemen now. But it wiped out 40 odd guys. How about some fighting? Start shooting this guy. Nice, and attack him from rear. Shock infantry, attack him. You guys flank.
The enemy is going for our general.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. General is big and strong. Another iron guard.
How about some fighting?
So how about some fighting? Get in there and charge at them. Okay, that guy is done. Cavalry is still holding up well. Chew through the other archers now. And you guys are going to be facing the general. Already killed a few. Nice.
Be watchful.
Can we disengage with Calf? You need losing. Let's disengage. Yeah, we are going to lose a few horsemen. It's only 2 by the looks of it so far.
Get ready.
But we are better off going around them and recharging them.
Steady now.
Staying in prolonged fight when losing is not a winning proposition.
Up dwarves.
Get in here, it's right behind them. Build some distance and charge. Crappy scouts, but it's not like they have much. Yes! Brutal charge. 140. Winning decisively. Now we're talking. Another guy broke. Beautiful. Keep wiping them out. Warlords out to 106. They're still going strong. But they'll soon be fully surrounded. They are fighting 4 of our units. How we're actually doing? Losing, even, losing decisively. Not so good. Okay, archers wiped out. Now, Erebor axes. Attack. Oh, they're disengaging. This is not going to end well for them. Everyone after them. And you chop down the runners. They're also losing men from disengaging, which is brilliant. You press on. You're our best unit. Steady. Okay, you know what? Forget about it. Just pull back. Going to send our best fresh unit at them. In fact, our general too. Just the 2 of you attack, and you guys go behind them. This is actually working very well for us, because they were winning in prolonged combat, but now they are up against our 2 best fresh units, and with other 4 about to recharge them. Yeah, they are wavering. Crack on, guys. This is going to be the end for them. Yeah, it's over. Decisive victory. Okay. Not even 20% losses, not too bad. Gundabad no more. Gonna go for Expeditionist and the Banners of Reclamation. Now, should we recolonize? We don't even have money for... Ooh, rebellions here. Okay, we're going to cultivate it, yeah? Of course we will. Let it grow. We're not too worried. We need a lot of money to recolonize of a small stack, so there's no point even approaching the city. Just get back to Gundabad so you get better replenishment. Wait, tax collectors used to be 20% tax rate. Ah, they nerfed it too, down to 10. Okay. Brutal. Oh, we also completed these 3 beautiful buildings. Gem mines and double iron mines. Excellent. Our trade income should now go through the roof, yeah? Up to 1500, it was less than 1000. Absolutely amazing. And we're only trading with 2 factions anyway. Once we recolonize this, we should be able to trade with Anduin Vale too, and they are pretty big and strong, so that should make us a lot of money too. Nice. Alright, I'm going to send a spy over here to keep an eye on everything. In fact, we want to stay, once we crush rebellion, we'll want him to stay deployed within our territory to provide public order. So perhaps that place was not the worst. And keep it flexible, just gonna deploy him here. Yeah, and move on. Okay, these crappy rebels are raiding us, but there's only 8 of them. Going to let them grow one more turn to 12 stack, then we crush them. Now, we have 4 food buildings already, 5 in fact. This will become another food importer. So food should be sorted here. Now, I'm not too keen about upgrading this workshop. Looking at these buildings, they're not that great. Although, Kinful of Pottery, we can be selling this to Dale and elves. Maybe we want another monument for more culture and public and control. Power of Shadow is losing, but it's not losing fast enough. We only have 6 influence here. Yeah, we need money too, but we need influence here even more. Influence means control, and as our control grows, we get more taxes, more growth, more of everything. But then we can get a very good... No, just scrap it. Has to be done. And what do we want here? We decided we don't want to bother with goats because it's only 30 food. Don't care about recruitment camp, can't have another monument. Already have food importer. Neither trader nor pub are particularly great, so maybe we build a workshop here. Then grab ceramist. I like that more, yeah. So build it. And science! We just got feasting culture, giving us upgrades to food importer, I think. Also +1 control, very very nice. Should we grab these last 2 to get this +5 food development? It's pretty weak, yeah? Oh, the food upgrades are here, I see. And council hall is also nice. All these are nice, but we need food to upgrade what we already can upgrade. And feast hall is going... Is feast hall going to be good enough? Oh, this is upgrade to a pub, I see. So it's fairly useless to us, actually. Why did we get this tech? Ale maker. Well, I guess we get +1 control. That's not totally wasted. Okay, going for food. Just grab these 2. Hungry dwarfs don't fight well and don't mine well. Now, the crappy rebellion is up to 8. We're gonna let them live for another turn. And we're just going to move on. Ugh, another stronghold lost. Not so good. The forces of evil are on the offensive. Okay. So, the rebellion is up to 12 stack. Time to say goodbye to them. So we're going to bring Dori to reinforce. Press on. And Dain attacks. Of course they would run away. That was always inevitable. But they can't hide from a dwarf, so finish them off. Go balanced. 400 lost, but we get 5% replenishment, so it's not all bad. Wiped out. Beautiful. Okay, control is stable. That is excellent. Going to start moving... Oh, we can actually get back to Torrehimuil. Brilliant. Press on. Providing another 6 control. Good stuff. Now you are stuck in here. Then just stay here, but get glorious banners and expeditioner. Now we can upgrade a beautiful bunch of buildings here. What do we want? What do we need? We have tons of food, 125, absolutely amazing. So, why don't we start with burial chambers for that control and culture boost. Here we want brutal boar breeder. Tier 1 building is always a priority, don't need more food. We decided to build another monument, so get it. And here we want food importer, right? Or should we start dwarven commune? Considering we do have food and this gives growth and dominance, this might actually be better, so get this. Let's move on. Yes, another level of dominance, and this is very, very important, guys, because we get 3 more beautiful agents. Amazing. However, we can only hire nobles, right? Yeah, not so good. Get Kitty.
Get ready for war!
You're supposed to be an elder, and you're a warmongering, man. Alright, I really want to recolonize this crappy place and unite this province, so we're going to send our king there. Going to lose a little bit of control in the process, and of course it's going to cost us a fortune, but it's all good. Just press on. Need to be faster than Dale than Anduin Vale to do that. You can move here to Torrehimuil to provide a little bit of control boost. And now we still have... By the way, guys, we started building the Tomb of Durin. Look at this. It gives us control, dominance, money, and influence. Absolutely amazing building. I wonder if we can also get one like that in Dain's halls. Next time we expand, we'll confirm that. Now, we still have Brutal Thorin as a governor here in Angmar Mountains. And we have this amazing 10% discount to buildings edict. So, should we build Gundabad? Should we improve Gundabad? Or maybe just build some food here. We have tons of food, just gonna go with this. Then decide what to do with this next turn. And also, we will need this pub to get second scout and second captain. So why don't we change from control to construction reduction? I kick Thorin out of there. Wait, we have only money to do one. The recolonization is more important. The sooner we do this, the sooner we will replenish the army. So stick with control edict here for now, and we just do this later. Also, getting agents costs money, which we don't exactly have a lot of. In which case, we press on. Alright, before we can spend any money, we need to see how much we have left, which means we need to try to recolonize it. See how much it costs. Press on. 5k. Brutal. And we lose 1100 dwarves to colonize it. That's fine. Has to be done. The sooner the better. Do it. Nice, another iron. And control is actually massively improved. Beautiful. And we need to fix this. No, don't abandon. Cancel this. It costs 2200 to fix this. Man, so expensive. We need more money, guys. We absolutely need more money. I don't see why we should maintain this general. It's going to pass the army over to Bifur and disband Dori for now. Out. Saves us 400 gold. 6300 profit. Control here in Angmar Mountains is going up nicely, and we have multiple buildings in progress that will only improve the situation. We should be awashing control here very, very soon. Once we get above minus 25 and the negatives go away, we're also going to move the spy over to Ered Mithrin to provide some control here. And Dwarven realms are also stable, going up by 1 now. Beautiful. Okay, the brutal noble Kiri. We should deploy him here, yeah, for money. As simple as that, no need to overcomplicate it. Just get somewhere away from the city itself and deploy. 300 gold, beautiful. Alright, and we press on. We don't exactly have a lot of money now, but we are making 7200 a turn. I'm not going to risk it. Dain is too cautious of a king to recklessly repeat past mistakes. Just dig with caution. We are not pressed for money. Mountain husbandry, what is this? Big massive mushrooms, huh? How about trade with Anduin Vale? No? Well, this is going to be extremely profitable, so we're going to pay them. 1200. How much are we making? 530 from this. Okay, but our trade with Woodrun realms, with elves and men of Dale dropped a little bit, of course, because we are now sending those some of those resources to Anduin Vale, but it's all good. All in all, we're making north of 1500 from trade now. Beautiful. And with this also improving our relationship with Anduin Vale, they might eventually agree to military access, which will let us attack goblins. For now we are landlocked here, which is not ideal, but not much we can do about this. Okay, I really want to start this pub as soon as possible without waiting for Thorin here, so just going to... but we can put him in charge next turn to get discount on this village. Also we have wrong edict. We can save 600 gold on that building alone and another 700 on the village. Okay, so this is the last round of improvements in here for a while. Is this worth it? I don't think so. It's nice, but we can get multiple tier 2 buildings for the same price. That will cumulatively give us a lot more. So, grab burial chambers, food importer, and thermist. And we need you... And since we're no longer going to be building anything here, we can switch to control edict to climb out of this mess faster. Now in Ered Mithrin, however, we will be building, so we're swapping over to construction reduction, going to appoint Thorin as a governor here, and fix these two. And in 5 turns, we'll be able to get second spy and second captain. For now, move on. No skill you've lost, not so good, man, not so good. Gondor getting absolutely crushed. Oh, look at this, guys. Bifur is now eligible for High Commander. Excellent. 10% upkeep reduction, plus governance, authority and influence. Promote him. What a hero. He might be 300 years old, as we can tell from his brutal bird, but he's still going strong. 7 authority, Knight Commander, Captain of the Shield Wall, Hammerhand. Alright, so Ered Mithrin, huh? We're fixing the village up, building a pub to get those 2 agents, and now we have a decision to make. Are we expanding Odorvelig or accumulating 4 pop to expand Dain's halls and see if we can get buildings similar to the one in Gundabad, Tomb of Durin. On the other hand, we can use that population in Framsburg to expand twice, because the first expansion cost 1 and then it's 2. Maybe this is the best, maybe this is the way to go. We do have money though, so we can also expand Dain's halls. And now is the time, since we both have Thorin here and 10% discount from an edict. Do we have enough food to do so? 25. It's pretty poor, and this is going to take 15. So we will need more food by the time it completes. It's going to be close, but we can also apply food edict if we need to. It's a pretty brutal building. Gives control, growth, dominance points, money, gives everything. Yeah, build it.
Get ready for war.
Yeah, we have no one to fight, man. The crappy Anduin Vale are blocking us from attacking goblins, and the only other potential enemy is Rune in the far east, but we have no grudge with Rune. We do have grudge with Goblin. They are sitting in Moria. They are sitting on our ancestral strongholds. Absolutely need to attack goblins. So we need to wait for relationship with these crappy Anduinians to improve, get a rite of passage with them, and march at Moria. We have no business fighting Rune. Those people did nothing to us. So we are going to just patiently wait as the dwarves tend to do. Move on! Oh, we now know Galadriel. Beautiful! Yeah, it's a massive task to stabilize Ered Mithrin. Look, we have 2 brutal armies stationed here. A full stack with Dain, well, 19 stack, and a 5 stack with Gimli. And the control is only going up by 4. And we also have control edict here. We absolutely need these brutal monuments for +8 culture and up to +4 control. So we're going to patiently wait with this pop and expand this twice once the village completes. We can build goldsmith though. We'll run into food issues anyway, so might as well do this while Thorin is here and then kick him out, since there's nothing else to upgrade here. Put Dori back in, Bombur back in, he's level 2 miner, and reapply control edict. And we only have a few buildings left to upgrade before we start raising another army. Then once we have rite of passage with Anduin Vale, we can wait, can we recolonize this? Whose land is this? That's not ours, yeah? Our border is here, so we need to get rite of passage of Anduin Vale. Then we can press on and recolonize it. This will give us land connection with Moria, Goblin Town, hopefully. We'll see. For now, we press on. Alright, now that we have Thorin back in charge in Angmar Mountains, it's time to build tier 2 of Tomb of Durin for these beautiful bonuses. Gonna keep him here in case there's anything to build next turn, and let's move this brutal spy to where he's actually needed, namely here, because we have absolutely fine control in Angmar Mountains. It should be stable. By the time it drops to 25, we'll have at least a few more buildings that provide control online. Now, this brutal elder leveled up again. Get him whatever. We have all the important ones. Doesn't really matter. In fact, there'll be nothing to build here next turn, right? We have food in 2 turns. It's so difficult to balance food in far north. Look how crappy these buildings are. Tier 2 are only providing 40 food. Tier 2 in Gondor are providing like 80 and tons of money as well, like 320 gold. Man. Well, it's mountains though, we shouldn't expect to be awash with grain. That's rather unfriendly territory, but not for us dwarves. We just need to adapt. Build what can be farmed here, and only that. Alright, not much to do this turn, so move on. Wait, are you deployed? You should be. Oh, you just moved, yeah? So gonna deploy you next turn. For now, move on. Okay, next turn is going to be big, because we complete the tech that gives us upgrades to boars and goats. We complete the brutal pub that allows us to get 2 more agents, and we can finally expand Framsburg and get some decent buildings going. So we put Thorin as a governor of this province, because the most action will be happening here. And let's move on. Nah, we didn't apply the edict to reduce the cost of this stuff. Okay, never mind. Switch to it now. We're still going to expand this and start building. Ooh, we can get another iron. I don't think we need that though. We already have plenty of them and they just duplicate. Get a monument. We need culture here. Wait, why can we not expand this? We must ensure we have a building in the previous slot. Ah, man. We also in a food deficit here. That's not so good. Okay, get a farm. That's more important. Treated soil. What's the fertility here anyway? Meager. That is not the end of the world. Switch to... We'll be taking attrition. Should really put... Well, it's not too bad, yeah? It's only minus 10. It's not the end of the world. Minus 1 control. We can live with that. Get minus 10%. Get public works edict in place. We upgrade everything next turn using the discount. And then we'll put the food edict until the situation is stable. But, most importantly, we can get 2 agents. We should absolutely do that. Brutal Elder, Hor, maybe not. Maybe get Oin. And how about Captain? Man, these names just all the same. Every other guy is Floy or Nori. Just get Nithi.
They can't hide from a dwarf.
Now, what do we focus on next? We don't have any of these resources and we don't care about mushrooms. This is giving us literally nothing other than completing this tier. We could benefit from this, improve council halls. Ooh, alchemy, alchemist and chemist. We want this. This is research. Research speeds everything else up. Then once we have this, we'll probably just switch to military and get these tier 3 units finally. Okay, and move on. Ach, Edoras, the capital of Rohan fell. Man, the crappy humans are not doing a very good job at defending the south. Maybe they need a brutal dwarven expedition to help them out, because they are clearly struggling massively. Okay, can we get this rite of passage with Anduin Vale? How much is the question? 1300? No. 23. Man. Okay, 2800. These people are out of their mind. 33. Still no. What's wrong with them? Maybe the more money we have, the more they will ask for. Maybe we need to spend some money first. That's what we're gonna do. Not going to pay them a fortune. Plus we still need the armies here to stabilize the province. Okay, first things first. This scout is needed here in Angmar Mountains to provide some much needed control. So come here and deploy. And this second captain doesn't really have anything useful, but he provides accelerated influence if he's deployed. So get him here and deploy him. Now, we have all we need here to upgrade the buildings. We have Thorin as a governor and we have 10% discount. So, upgrade these brutal goats. Build dwarven commune in Framsburg, and let's repurpose this into a hall. Okay, next turn, going to start building second tier of, going to start building boars here and expand this into monument. But we no longer need this discount here. Let's switch to plus 50 food to stabilize it. Thorin out, Bombur in. And the big question is, should we start recruiting? You know, we have this beautiful army with Bifur in charge that could actually get back to Erebor. In fact, before we even move him, we can recruit in here in Dain's halls. Just need to move him across the border. How much control is it going to eat? Ah, winter attrition, huh? We are supposed to be immune to snow attrition. No, that's not this army. This army only has tier 1 of it, yeah? Indeed. So we wait for spring and then recruit with him to full. For now, stay in Gundabad. It's winter, weather is unfriendly, and we still have plenty of buildings to build. Okay, next turn, we're going to build everything we can in Erebor to spend all our stash. Well, these 3 buildings really. And then we'll try to get the deal with Anduin Vale. Oh, speaking of Erebor, it's time to swap edicts to public works. Alright, and let's move on. Ooh, a business opportunity, Dain's halls. This is the same situation. We have big massive war stash, there's no need to press for more money. Just work at capacity. Alright, finally Thorin is in charge. What do we go for? Everything, right? Double goats. Upgrade Erebor. Wait, this is going to cost us another 50 food. And we'll get another 74 from this. That's fine, we'll still be in a surplus. And we can expand. The question is where and what are we building? Probably capital, right? Have double food building in the province. In both towns anyway, there's not much else we want here. We have plenty of control, plenty of culture. Don't need any more of that. And there are not that many great buildings possible in the province. So gonna expand capital. And what can we get? What can we get? Supply station is not too bad, but maybe for later. Blacksmith, of course. Goes without saying. It will consume a lot of food, right? Foundry is costing 60 food, man. But Forge is only costing 30. We'll be just above... Oh, we are at 0 food now, man. And this is because of winter, right? Food shortage. How is it shortage? It's at 0. Do we need a food building here, really? So much food is needed even to, like, maintain this stuff. Ah, man. We have 4 food buildings, what is this? Maybe we just ignore tier 4 of Erebor. It gives us a little bit of growth, 1 control, a little bit of money, nothing spectacular. 5 more dominance points. Yeah, 50 food is not worth it. We are too hard pressed. I would rather have Forge here for 15% armor, melee attack and ammunition. Or armor, shield effectiveness and ammunition. And wealth from manufacturing as well. That is our priority. So build blacksmith. Nice. Okay, let's build boars. And what do we need? We have a little bit of food. We should be fine food-wise. So how about monument to actually speed up conversion? Yeah, monument it is. And next we want to upgrade Angmar Mountains, Double Boar and Gundabad to tier 3. We need Thorin here for next turn for this to work out. Now we still have so much money, man. Okay, just pay whatever they want. 4,000. How about 5? Nice, finally, finally. This took some coin. Fortunately, we're rather rich. This dwarf is ready. Time to recolonize this. How important is it to recolonize it? It's very important, right? Or is it not important at all? What's a crappy forgotten place? Doesn't have any resource either, by the looks of it. No, not worth it. But now that we can move through their lands, perhaps we should. So leave the town and see how much control changes. It's worth 7. Is 1 stack enough to take Goblin Town? Might be tough, especially that these are not exactly the best units we have. Our best units are here. How bad is it going to be to march through these mountains? I can't imagine it's very bad. Should be alright. Here's what we're going to do. Keep him here for another turn. Bring Beefwood here and recruit more units. Then we move. Press on. That's very insignificant. 2 or 3 dwarfs per unit. Absolutely fine. Now we are talking. Oh, look at the cost of this. Is this because we have such a low control? Of course it is. That would cost us extra 500 per unit. I don't think so. We need to be hiring in Erebor. Alright, Gimli is the closest, but we really don't have... Shouldn't be moving through the mountains in the winter. But it's gonna take so long to get back to Erebor. Do we actually have no choice? Or is there a way to stabilize this? We already have 2 big armies and the agent deployed here. Not much else we can do. The other agent is also providing passive boost from this. And we have control. Well, we have food edict for now because we're going to go into food deficit. Not much else we can do here. Not much else. It's so expensive. How many units do we actually need? We need 12 units. 3 of them are probably going to be cavalry units of Dale that we are grabbing on the way. In fact, let's have a look if we can actually hire them. Oh, this is interesting unit. Not as good as caravan escorts, but it's acceptable. These are also different mercs than the ones over here. Okay, I'm going to just hire, regardless of the cost. We spent too much time building up anyway, and we now have Rite of Passage, but moving with one stack is too dangerous. So let's take a tally of what we have. 6 archers here, we need 10 between 2 stacks. So we have 7, in which case we get 3 more. Yeah, start with this. Now cavalry needs to come from Dale and not from Anduin Vale. So we want a general here that will bring it to us, because we have better units available here. Just grab anyone who's half capable. Frerin, how about here? Or Narvi. Get the Narvi guy. Yeah, with Iron Guards. And we can even recruit some units here and meet on the way. It's gonna take so long to march through it. How many turns are we looking at? 4, 5 turns. And we don't have any better units available here than we have over there. Going to save some money, but waste a turn. No, don't hire. We're going to hire over here. Time's... In fact, if we need to wait for cavalry anyway, might as well hire with him. Get ready for war, and you start getting ready for war by getting some spears. If I remember correctly, when you have a couple of spear units here. None of this stack, and none of this stack either? What happened to our spears? They're both with Gimli. Yeah, we need to wait for him too. Okay, but we need 2 more spears either way. Get them. And get one dwarven warrior. Excellent. And move on. Pelargir Shattered. Man, this is getting worse and worse. Good dwarf Bombur is getting better at this governing stuff. Excellent. Okay, before move here and let's hire. Going to hire our bread and butter units. They seem to perform the best. Namely, dwarven warriors. Get 3 of them. That will put us at 15 here, 19 here, so we'll need 6 more units. Have 3 here and we'll grab cavalry on the way. That is all we need. Perfect. Narvi, crack on. Get ready for war. No units available? What is this? We were supposed to have... Wait, we moved too far. We are in Elven lands. Man. Okay, that's okay. That's easily fixable. Get another general here. Vili, sure. I will grab guys with him and follow up. The more generals we have, the more guys will get exp. That is the flip side of it. And move on. Alright, now that we have Thorin in Angmar Mountains, time for big massive improvements. Gundabad tier 3 and double brutal boar farm, and swap from control from discount to control. How much is it making anyway? Oh, 2.5k. Perhaps tax harvesting is not too bad either. Perhaps it is better, in fact, because we don't have enough here to push above 25 anyway, so the extra control will essentially be wasted. Whereas tax harvesting gives us 10%, gives us 250 gold. And finally, time to start expedition to retake Moria. The only question is, are we recolonizing it? I don't think so. There's not even a resource there, so press on. Brutal Dain and equally brutal Bilfur. Okay, now here. Struggler Gimli is going to take extra couple of turns to catch up with you guys, but that's okay. And we have 0 mercs. No wonder, elves would never join us. Wait, you're no longer in the Elven land. You still are. Okay, and you... I'm going to move carefully. Come here. Merchant escort not available. Not so good. We can get these Northman scouts, but they are not great. Perhaps we are better off just grabbing this cavalry after all. I think so. They look stronger. Get them. And you get the other one. And if that's the case, we don't really want to spend even more time trying to catch up with him. Just gonna go with the 3 we have between 2 stacks and you out. Yeah, we're finally running out of money. That's not happened in a while. Alright, and let's move on. Oh, dominance level 4, beautiful. We can get another governor, but we only have 3 provinces, 2 spare governors. Construct gold mines. Alright, with Thorin now in charge of Ered Mithrin, let's build burial chambers and boar farm. And we should have enough food to actually support tier 4 of Dain's Hall. That's another 50. But we get 50 from here. Maybe we're overly optimistic. No, forget about it. Not worth it. Might be able to build tier 3 of this. Another 10 points of dominance, 250 gold, 2 culture or influence, and 1 control. And we have money, so why not? Oh, and we can also start forge. Beautiful. Do it. We good food-wise? Yeah, we complete double goat pants next turn, so should be fine. And now the big question, what about science? What do we go for next? Just grabbing this gives us +5 food, which is nice, then unlocks Council Hall, and Grange, and a couple of other buildings that we don't care about. This also looks good. This is tier 3 city, tier 3 villages, but it's just more economy. Our economy is already strong. So how about we go back to military? Maybe build foundry. Or do we go for tier 3 units? Foundry is pretty important. It's a big massive boost to recruits. I like that. Get this first. And our brutal expedition force, led by our amazing king Dain Ironfoot. Would be good to know what they have here. No such luck though. We just press on. Don't overcomplicate it. You, follow him. Gimli should be moving on in forced march, yeah? Press on. And should we also start marching... Narvi should be moving on double time, and should we also start marching Gimli over there? It's providing a little bit of control, but it's not a massive amount, and he should be fighting. He's got some decent units. I think so. Press on. Press on enforced march though. Alright, and move on. Guys, we're on the verge of Goblin Town. It's going to send a brutal Floy to have a look. Ooh, there are some strong armies here. Maybe not strong, but numerous. 2 stacks in the brutal garrison. How strong is the garrison? Very strong indeed. Multiple tier 2, 3 and 4 units. This will be a slaughter, but we are not exactly weak. This dwarf is ready. Get right to the border. We are right to bring 2 stacks, and we need to also trade units, so we end up with 1 strong army and 1 supporting army. Yeah, do it. Yeah, your axe might be restless, but there are goblins in front of us. You'll fight very, very soon, my king. Now, you join back to him. That is war 1400 gold, unbelievable. Now, this army is very weak. Look, it's got 3 crappy dwarven refugees. It's not exactly a strong unit. Might fill it up with some other crap. Veil Yeoman. How about these guys? 200 range. Ooh, these are some good archers. But that's not what dwarves would do, right? We might allow some cavalry of men to join us, but mixing too many of humans in our armies would not be advisable. We are just going to ignore it. Now, Narvi, press on. And that applies to you too, Gimli. Now, we could also move this captain along with one of the armies for the bonuses, but look how much culture he provides.
They can't hide from a dwarf.
Religious influence plus 23.3. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, he's massively improving our control long term by just being here and bumping our influence. So we are just going to use him for that. Lastly, Thorin back to Angmar Mountains, and let's start building tier 3 of Tomb of Durin. Beautiful. It's big massive investment, but it's very much worth it. If only for dominance points alone. No longer will need public works here. There's nothing to upgrade for the foreseeable future, so we're going to switch back to tax harvesting. And we no longer need food here, so we can switch back to tax harvesting here too. And let's go for control here, so we climb out of this mess faster. Nice. And move on. Alright. A full stack of goblins. A small stack that's probably recruiting like 8 or 9 units. And the garrison of Goblin Town. We have a full stack under Dain Ironfoot, and a supplemental army of 16, that's really only worth 13 because these guys are a joke, led by Ancient Bifur, plus 2 smaller stacks on the way. This will be a very interesting development. Also, taking Goblin Town unlocks multiple axes of attack, north to Forthron and south to whatever this is, and Moria is down here. Okay, so this province over here is made of these 3 cities. Right, once we take Goblin Town, Glamogrod and Forthron will be fairly easy to take, and because we are moving along the mountains, we have our flanks secure, and then it's just Moria and the reconquest will be complete. I guess we can also take Helm's Deep and Edoras. We are in a good position. Strength rating 6. Who's stronger than us? Dale are number 2, Rune are number 3, Goblins are number 5. We're going to be fighting Goblins, slightly stronger than us. Anduin Vale number 7. No one else matters, which means Mordor is number 1 and Gondor is number 4. Rohan lost their capital. They are probably nowhere near in top 10, maybe number 8, who knows. We have decent income of 8k, 12k in a stash, and pretty much stabilized our 3 provinces of Dwarven Realms, Ered Mithrin and Angmar Mountain. We'll continue next time. Subscribe!